Next from Springfield, we talk with Illinois artist and triathlete Thursday Gervais about her plans to raise money for child abuse awareness by bicycling with other cyclists 360 miles from Hoffman Estates to St. Louis. This runs about 10 minutes.
Thursday Gervais, thanks for joining us on the Illinois Channel. We're here at the Illinois State Capitol and wanted to talk to you about an effort that you're involved in, which is fundraising for the issue of child abuse. Tell us a little bit about, first of all, what is it that you're planning on doing, and then let's talk a little bit about the issue.
I plan on riding 360 miles on my bike from Hoffman Estates all the way down into St. Louis. It's over a 6-day period, so 60 miles a day. It's raising money to stop abuse. The whole ride is called Stop the Cycle. Anyone can join in if they want to. And all the money will be going to the Children Advocacy Centers of Illinois.
So you got involved with the Children Advocacy Centers of Illinois, but how is it that you picked this? Why child abuse, and to what extent are you aware of how big of an issue is it?
It's a big issue. 1 in 3 children before they turn 18 are either sexually molested or physically abused, and that's for girls, and for boys it's 1 in 6 before the time they're 18, and it affects probably 10,000 kids where the Children's Advocacy Center is helping throughout the state. So it's a big issue. And when I saw it come up on the website under cycling rides and races, I decided that this was one that I really wanted to do. The biking for a cause is something everybody can do. And since I'm an avid cyclist, I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to give back.
So I guess the approach is here that for every mile you ride, you're trying to get people to donate so many dollars. Is that the idea?
Correct. I have a goal. My personal goal is $5,000 to raise. Many people have a higher goal. They can support me. They can support a whole leg of the race. They can support the whole entire race. And there's a web link on there that we can probably get to later, but sorry.
We'll put the web link on there. That's fine. And then the people can donate by what? Clicking on a button and saying for every 10 cents a mile. 10 cents a mile adds up to like $336 just right there, but they can do whatever they can do. Is there a minimum amount they should?
There is no minimum amount. You know, you can donate $5, $10, $20. Collectively, that all does add up. It does make a huge difference, you know. Yes, you can click on a link. It's safe, it's secure to do. You can also, if you prefer to not click on a link, you can just find your local advocacy center and just go ahead and mail them a check if you feel better doing it that way.
Now, you're going to start, let's go over the race. You said you're going to start in Hoffman Estates and you're going all the way down to where? St. Louis, is it?
St. Louis.
And how does that work? Do you know how many days that'll take, and where do you stay overnight? Or just run us through how do you plan for a trip like this?
Well, it'll take 6 days. There are hotels that we will be staying in overnight. I prefer to pay for my own hotel. Some people might be camping. As far as I know, I might be the only one that's doing the whole 360 miles of the race, last I checked anyway. So I'll be the only one that will need shelter, but there is a truck that will be going along that'll keep us hydrated, fed with food so we don't pass out along the way. We'll carry all our gear, so we'll be very well taken care of, and so will anybody else that would like to join in.
You mentioned you were an avid biker, and one would think you would have to be in good shape, and you are, because I know personally you're what, a triathlete, are you?
Yes, triathlons.
So, but how long for you? Is this, being in the shape you are, is it still a difficult ride? I don't know that any of us, we ride our bikes around the neighborhood or something. How is it different to have to ride 360 miles, and have you ever even done anything that long before?
Yes, I have. I've been practicing for this race for a few months now, and I've biked the whole route twice. It's really not that difficult, which is why the segments are 60 miles. So if you want to stop, you can stop. You can stop at a 10-mile marker. You can stop at a 20-mile marker. You know, you can stop when you feel tired. So really anybody can join in. There's no length it's not like a race that you need to come across the finish line with a certain time. You just need to complete it in that day, so we can all take care of you by the end of the night and feed you your dinner.
And you say if people want to ride along with you, they can do that?
They sure can. Yep, it's at stopthecycle.net is how they can sign up for it, just so we know you're coming along, get a head count.
What, now how safe is this? I mean, are you going down Highway 55, or how do you do this so that, we don't have any accidents with cars?
This is the fun thing. It's around all along old Route 66. So there's not going to be a whole lot of traffic. Most of us that bike know the rules of the road, but cars have been really great every time I've been cycling on major roads, and because we are in a pack, it's pretty hard to miss us. So, and there will be that truck that comes along and rides with us the whole time, so we'll be fine.
I don't know, do you contact the highway department or the state police or anything? Do they ever send along like some kind of a car just to have flashing lights so people kind of swerve around you?
That's a good question. I'm not sure about that one. They might. I'm sure they're aware of what's going on. The people that are higher up really organizing this race or this bike ride, putting it together, they're going to make sure that we're well taken care of along the ride.
Now, I know you're not an expert in child abuse, you're fundraising to help that cause, but do you have any information as far as if somebody is being abused and they want to get help? Are these advocacy centers, are there offices around the state, or how would they reach out?
There are offices around the state. There's one in right here, actually down the road in Springfield, Bloomington. Every county does have one. If there's an emergency situation that you feel you need to get a child removed, I would immediately call the police department, and then they can hook you up. But if it's something that you suspect as you're a teacher or parent or anything that you need help, you can find it in your local phone book. Every county does have an advocacy center they can hook up with.
And the unfortunate thing is, I mean, it's really not limited to any age group or demographics, unfortunately. I mean, you find that there are people across all demographics who, are victims of that. But Thursday Gervais, so before we close out, I would just add, I know you're also a rather good painter, and is that your profession? You work where, out of Bloomington Normal?
I work out of Bloomington Normal, yeah, that's my profession. I have a studio downtown, and where most of my business is from that studio.
Which is, on one hand, good too for something like this. It gives you the flexibility of being able to do something like this. Last question, how long does it take to plan a trip for 360 miles? When did you start getting this idea? And just give us a little bit behind the scenes preparation that's involved.
Well, about 2 months ago is when I really started training for it. The planning, like I said, was all the other people behind the scenes that have the whole route completed. So for me, it was more just a matter of training. You have to work your way up to it. You have to get your body used to riding 60 miles a day for 6 days. But I do the triathlons, and I run quite a bit, and I swim quite a bit. So there is this pretty strict program that I'm on as far as my training goes.
All right, well, Thursday Gervais will have the website, and if anyone wants to get involved with the donation or join you in the ride for a bit of the road, they can do that, and we appreciate you being with us.
Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate it.
You're watching the Illinois Channel, an independent nonprofit corporation formed to provide gavel-to-gavel coverage of Illinois state government and other public affairs events taking place across Illinois.